Hey, it's Marko here from Fair Realty. Today I'm talking about the evolution and the future of real estate brokerages. So personally, I've been licensed since 2010, 13 years in business. 13 years I've been with Fair Realty, a small local independent British Columbia brokerage. In 2013, I became the associate broker at Fair Realty, but keep in mind, I do not have an ownership stake in Fair Realty. I am just the associate broker. In my 13 years at Fair Realty, I've never had a desire to switch brokerages. And for the foreseeable future, I can't see myself switching brokerages either. There just hasn't been any compelling stories to me in terms of new brokerages, even though many new brokerages have entered the marketplace in Victoria and British Columbia in the last 13 years. Given that I'm a licensed realtor, I can't refer to these brokerages by name, but we've had brokerages or franchises set up here that are based out of Europe, out of the US, cloud-based brokerages that trade on the NASDAQ, and many more. The one thing I really appreciate about being at an independent, local, small brokerage is when I pay my transaction fees for every single transaction I help my clients with, I know that transaction fee is going to help fund payroll for employees at Fair Realty that live and work and spend in BC. Also, the owners of Fair Realty, very down to earth, laid back people. I know if they're making a few dollars on every single transaction I do, that they're spending it in BC. They're not spending it on private jets and other nonsense flying around the world. The new brokerages that have entered the marketplace in Victoria in the last 13 years, all of them claim to have a unique story, but in my opinion, there is a lot of fog behind these stories. Fundamentally, they all look to recruit as many realtors as possible. If you become licensed, pretty much any brokerage will take you on, with the exception of a few local brokerages, because these brokerages, they all work on the same business model of getting as many agents as possible signed up and then collecting a monthly fee from these agents. So even if you sell nothing, the brokerage is still collecting a monthly fee. Obviously, it's better for the brokerage if you sell a bit, because then they collect a monthly fee and the transaction fees. But for the most part, most brokerages have an agenda of growing to as many agents as possible. The one issue with taking on every single agent is the skill set, knowledge, and the advice they can provide to their clients is not uniform across the brokerage. You know what the future holds? I don't know. I wish brokerages would go more towards the route of small independent brokerages between 5 and 15 agents that offer exceptional local expertise, local knowledge, and local advice to their clients. A lot of these new brokerages that have opened up, there are franchises from outside of Canada. A lot of what they claim to offer, I don't really know how it helps people within the market of, let's say, Victoria or British Columbia. For example, a lot of these brokerages will claim, well, we have franchises all over the world so we can help market your property. Well, that's great, but foreign buyers are banned in Canada. So if you have an office in Ibiza and Hong Kong and Berlin and Los Angeles and New York, how does that help my client sell a property in Victoria? It doesn't, because foreign buyers are banned. The vast majority of buyers are going to be local and local Canadians that are on realtor.ca. So that's why I've never switched. All the stories all the brokerages have come up with have not been common sense compelling to me. The one way I look at it is I'm personally a consumer of real estate in Croatia. I've bought 2 properties in Croatia in the last 5 years, one in the capital of Zagreb and one on the Dalmatian coast. And because I'm not licensed in Croatia, I can refer to brokerages there by name. For example, in Croatia, you have Sotheby's International, you have Christie's, you have all these international brokerages. But when I bought my condo in Zagreb and when I bought my condo on the Dalmatian coast, I used local realtors. that were recommended to me that I assessed as having very good knowledge of that local market, the issues in those markets, and it could give me really good local advice. And both the agents I used in Zagreb and on the coast had their own independent brokerages. What use is Sotheby's International to me in Croatia if their agents don't have the knowledge base for that local market? Just the fact that the company's all over the world does not help me with any particular purchase in any particular market. So that's another way of looking at things, and that is why I wish there was a trend towards more boutique, smaller, locally owned and operated brokerages that just offer exceptional service for the local market versus selling what I like to refer to as fog. That's it for this week. Marko, Juras, Fair Realty.